So, some news that broke today about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Apparently, from a translated Eurogamer Portugal website, which was translated by WCCF Tech, which if you guys want to read the full article, the link to it will be in the description box. They did say that, quote, Ubisoft has always been committed to exploring new technologies, taking advantage of the capabilities of new consoles to deliver the most immersive experience possible, which is why we are excited to be collaborating with Microsoft to bring Assassin's Creed Valhalla to the Xbox Series X. Currently, we can guarantee that Assassin's Creed Valhalla will run at least 30 frames per second. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will benefit from faster loading times, allowing players to immerse themselves in history and the world without friction. Finally, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will benefit from improved graphics made possible by the Xbox Series X, and we can't wait to see the beautiful world we're creating in stunning 4K resolution. We will have a lot more to show you about Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the near future, so stay tuned. And according to Tom Warren, who apparently is a senior editor at The Verge, he responded to Aaron Greenberg on Twitter when he said, quote, 60 frames per second will be the standard output, but the architecture allows us to support up to 120 frames, and which Tom Warren did respond to him saying Xbox Series X games won't run at 60 frames per second standard output. Microsoft tells me ultimately it's up to individual developers to determine how they leverage the power and spread the speed of Xbox Series X, with Aaron responding saying developers always have flexibility in how they use the power, so a standard or common 60 frames is not a mandate.
Unacceptable!
Normally, I wouldn't be the type of person to make a video when it comes to frame rates, all that techie stuff. Now I don't mean to say it like that, because I've never really, I ain't gonna say I never cared for frame rate, but I've never like cared about something like this in terms of like making a video on it. But this is kind of a roast, because now I'm not here to roast, but it's like Xbox been saying that this console could eat monsters for breakfast. If it's such a console that can eat monsters for breakfast, it can't have games that run 60 frames standardly. But then you have Aaron say on Twitter 60 will be the standard output, and then with the support up to 120, but then saying developers have always have flexibility in how to use power, and saying that a standard or common 60 frames is not a mandate. But you did say 60 would be the standard output. He's kind of contradicting himself, which kind of could point to possibly not just Ubisoft lying, but Microsoft lying, because in this situation with Assassin's Creed Valhalla only being able to run at 30 frames, not locked, up to 30, so not beyond 30, not 40, not 50, 30, up to 30. And we're going into the next generation, and 60 frame standard has been something that's been requested highly. Now granted, there's two sides to every coin. If it's Ubisoft's choice to say, hey, we can just utilize the power of the Series X, let's crank this bad boy up to 120. Let's have the frame rate supported up to have it up to 120 support. Now granted, could it be something, they add down the line, like a performance mode type of shit? Sure, they could. But have it at launch. You know what I'm saying? Have it day one, where people won't have to wait a longer amount of time. You know what I mean? Now, in terms of Xbox, what makes Xbox look so damn spooky is because this is the first game that we know of that is running on the Series X. The first one that we know of, and it's third party, of course, which, by the way, no one should expect any massive difference right now when it comes to telling the difference between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, because just like at the start of this generation, same thing. Everything's gonna look like a damn port. It's not, or a remaster, kind of like how you see the remasters that have come out. They don't look drastically different to their PS3 counterparts because of them being a remaster. So games are gonna look like ports or remasters. It's not gonna really be not much of a difference to tell. Now, it kind of shows how Aaron's kind of contradicting himself, if you ask me, where you say 60 is not a mandate, but you also in the same breath say 60 will be the standard. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you have the hardware that could run, now granted, I think I'm just thinking both of y'all are at fault, which y'all don't really, none of y'all, neither Xbox or Ubisoft, which so far they've been in the bed with each other twice in a row. I wonder, can they go 3 for 3? You know, at this point, at this rate, because the first time it was the fact that there was no real gameplay shown. For the most part, there was some games that they showed Xbox, inside Xbox, goddammit, say it right, inside Xbox, where they showed some gameplay when it comes to certain games, but for the majority consensus, they did not show hardcore gameplay. And Ubisoft being the worst aggressor, like I said in a previous video, I'm not gonna double down on what I said. Just like I said in a previous video, where Ubisoft really did not show any gameplay inside Xbox at all, and we're not gonna see anything till July 12th. Damn it, I wish it was in June. But they didn't show nothing at inside Xbox. And on top of that, you have this, where your game can only run at up to 30 frames. Not more, up to 30 frames. Less, yes, but more, no. And it's like, I kind of don't understand if it's y'all's fault, which apparently according to Tom Warren, it is their fault primarily. But it seems like Aaron Greenberg's like pointing the finger like, oh well, like, no, Aaron, you gotta share some responsibility in this too. But it's like, if y'all got the ability to harness that, if you know you have a console about to come out that can harness the power, the possibility, the possible capability of running games at 120, why wouldn't you not crank that bitch up to 120? Why? Now, I'm not saying it's not on the table. No, like, knowing how y'all do, y'all may make it into an update. It may come day one. We don't know. We have a lot yet to learn. Up from now up until you guys actually show more things about Valhalla. But it needs to be day one if it's in the cards in terms of like having 60 frames. But honestly, I think this is the fuck up, and it's unacceptable. Now, me, I'm not gonna be one of these people who for some reason may boycott a console because of the frame rate output. Now, I understand. You know, if you have a PC, why would you need to get an Xbox? I can understand that. But it depends if these games that Xbox has comes day one on PC. If they come natively day one on PC, then of course, why would you get an Xbox Series X? Me, I'm going to get a PC one day. That day is to be determined. If it's one of the things where it's like I can play, say, Halo Infinite first on Series X and later on PC, and not day one on PC, then I'm a cop a Series X, vice versa. Same thing with any other game that they got coming. If I can play that, if the only way I can play it is if it comes on console first, I will get it on console. And when it comes to Xbox Series X, am I going to get that console? I don't fucking know, because it's up in the air. Am I going to get a PS5? Hell yes, I'm going to get a PS5. I'm going to get a PS5. I don't care what the frame rate standard is for the PlayStation 5. The reason why anyone would get a PlayStation 5 is because of what they've done this generation in terms of their output of games. Now, if you say I'm not getting a PS5 because of frame rate, I'm sorry. Now, granted, of course, you know, Could there be a running joke possibility of every PlayStation game coming to PC? I don't fucking know. But we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We've been down there too many times before. That's neither here nor there. Tell me what you guys think about the Series X, not the Series X, but Valhalla only being able to be capable enough of running Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 30 frames. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing to the channel. I do more content like this. Please check out my previous video when I was talking about the Mafia 4 rumors, or 2 remastered rumors. And until next time, it's been your boy Dog, and I'm out. Peace.